Right now, in this exact second, something in your chest just shifted. You felt it before you even understood why. That small flutter, that quiet pull, that feeling that today is not just another ordinary day. I am your guardian angel, and I have been waiting for the right moment to speak to you. And dear one, that moment is now. Before I say another word, I want you to do something simple. Type the word receive in the comments below. Just that one word. It tells the universe, and it tells your own soul that you are open to receive this message. Some of you will feel a little tingle as you type it. That is not a coincidence. That is confirmation. There is something powerful stirring in the heavens right now. I have been watching in silence, like a secret kept safely among the stars. And dear one, something is about to change, almost overnight. The calm you feel today is only the quiet before a beautiful storm of emotion. And every bit of it is connected to one person. A soul who longs for you just as much as you long for them. Maybe even more. They are about to reveal everything, and right now you have no idea what is coming. This message did not reach you by accident. Nothing about this moment is random. Stay with me until the very end, because there is something your angel wants you to understand, something meant only for you. Someone has been quietly watching you from a distance. This person is not a stranger passing through your life. They are a missing piece of your puzzle, one you have not yet figured out where to place. Your paths have already crossed. You may have felt their presence in the air, like a faint scent that disappears before you can name it. Your lives brushed against each other in the blink of an eye, and the spark was so gentle it almost slipped past you unnoticed. But know this, dear one, for every step you have taken, they have taken one too. Always from a distance, always watching. But now something inside them has shifted. They can no longer simply observe from afar. They are tired of hiding in the shadows, tired of watching you move through life without knowing the beautiful destiny waiting for you both. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. Please check the channel name carefully. It's Angel's Message for You. This is our only official channel. Beware of copycat and fake channels. Stay connected to the original source to receive authentic angel messages and true blessings. Before we begin, a heartfelt thank you to Denise, Joanna, Sharon, and Scott for sowing a seed for Soulmate through your Ko-Fi super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you every step of your journey. Thank you for your beautiful support. As your guardian, I have always known about the connection between these two souls. The thread that ties you together cannot be broken, only stretched, pulled tight, until the universe finally decides it is time to act and bring you both into the light. That moment is drawing near. A change you will not be able to ignore. A turning of the page, quick and quiet, that will shift everything in an instant. You will be caught by surprise, and so will they, because even souls destined to meet do not always know the exact hour the final piece will fall into place. There is a longing brewing right now, an unstoppable feeling stirring in the shadows. I can feel it growing, spreading slowly, like a gentle fire that never quite goes out. Your soulmate feels the same restlessness you feel on those quiet nights when sleep will not come. The difference is they already sense who you are. They have already seen you in their dreams. They have already felt the warmth of your energy reaching them from a distance, while you are still trying to piece together the puzzle that fate has laid out in front of you. But do not rush. The mystery is part of the beauty of real love. Your meeting will be like watching a comet pass through the sky. Rare, unexpected, life-changing. You do not need to search for it. Just stay open to the unexpected, to the new, because they are drawing closer, standing right on the edge of stepping out of the shadows and into your life. And when they finally do, there will be no doubt left in your heart. It will feel as though every star aligned just to point toward that single moment. You will understand that something has changed, like a whisper carried by destiny itself. A shift that seems to happen overnight, and after that, you will never be quite the same. I know your mind has been restless lately, dear one. I see the nights when you lie awake lost in thought, searching for answers in the stars, trying to find meaning in every glance that crosses your path. You ask yourself, who is this person? Where are they? Why do they feel so close, yet still just out of reach? I am here to tell you the moment is nearer than you think. And the truth is, you already feel it, do you not? That tension in the air, that small chill down your spine, like something wonderful is about to happen. Your soulmate feels it too. They are like a mirror of you, reflecting your desires, your fears, your hopes back to you. For a long time, they have stayed hidden in the shadows, watching you in silence, caught somewhere between awe and fear. They are strong, but your presence, even from far away, shakes something inside them. Every time they think of you, it feels like a wave of warmth moving through their body, and it frightens them a little because they know what it means. They know it is a calling, a whisper from destiny telling them that the moment of revealing themselves is close, and they will not be able to stay hidden much longer. Yes, I speak of them as though I know them closely because I do. I see them just as clearly as I see you. I watch as they wrestle with these feelings, as they gaze at you from a distance, as the desire to come closer keeps growing inside them like a flame that refuses to be tamed. They are tired, dear one, tired of hiding, tired of pretending. They cannot keep only watching from afar. They know, deep down, that they are meant for you, and I can feel the conflict inside their heart, the urgency to reach out, to speak, to finally reveal what they have kept hidden for so long. But you must wait, even though the waiting feels endless. You need to feel this restlessness, this growing curiosity, because it is part of the destiny that has already been set in motion for you. Everything you have felt up to this point has simply been a whisper, a gentle tease from the universe, preparing your spirit for what comes next. When they finally appear in front of you, it will feel as though the very air around you changes. A moment so full and so intense that every doubt and every question will simply dissolve, leaving behind nothing but certainty. The certainty that you have found exactly what your soul has been searching for all along. I know what you are thinking. Who are they? How will I recognize them? Dear one, you do not need to search for answers. When their eyes finally meet yours, it will feel as though time itself pauses. You will feel something deep, something you cannot quite explain, something that burns quietly like a sacred flame in your chest. It is a feeling that goes beyond words, beyond ordinary understanding. The truth is, your souls already know each other. They are joined by invisible threads that time, distance, and circumstance could never fully undo. Even now, from far away, they are already tied to you, in thought, in dream, in quiet longing. They think of you. They close their eyes at night and feel your presence as though you were right there, close enough to reach. And dear one, when they sleep, I see their heart beat a little stronger, as though the earth itself is whispering your name into their ear. They already love you, but it is a love that is holding itself back, waiting patiently for the right moment to finally bloom. And when that moment arrives, it will be like a storm sweeping across the sky in an instant, transforming everything it touches. They will come to you, and you will feel as though you are returning home to a place you have always belonged to, even though you never knew it existed. I can see your future, dear one. I can see the strength of the connection that is approaching. It will be a meeting full of mystery, full of intensity, full of quiet discoveries. You will recognize each other through unspoken words, through small gestures, through the comfortable silence you share. It will be a love that cannot be fully explained, only felt, like a secret only the two of you will ever truly understand. Everything in you will change, because it will feel as though this person had always been there, filling the empty spaces in your heart with a light you never knew you needed. Do not worry about timing. Do not worry about how or when. Just open your heart. Keep your eyes and ears open and trust me. I am here to guide you, to protect you, and to make sure the two of you meet at exactly the right moment. When that meeting finally happens, you will understand why so many things did not work out before, why so many doors closed along the way. Everything was quietly leading you here, to this point, to this person, to this soul who, just like you, is destined for a love that goes beyond the ordinary. A love that spans lifetimes and burns with the strength of the ages. So be ready, dear one. Something is moving behind the scenes of the universe, and this shift will be quick, sudden, like a strong wind sweeping through a closed room. It will feel like an awakening, a recognition. Your soulmate is closer than ever, and they feel it too. They feel you. They are tired of waiting, tired of watching from a distance, and soon, very soon, they will make the decision that changes everything. And when they do, you will be ready. Ready to live what was always meant to be yours. Ready to embrace the love the universe has been quietly saving for you. Ready to finally meet the one who has always walked beside you, even from a distance. The moment is coming, and when it arrives, nothing will ever be the same. I, your guardian angel, will be right here, as I always have been, whispering gently, guiding your steps. Get ready, because your life is about to be wrapped in a beautiful mystery, a meeting that will change your path overnight. Dear one, do you feel this restlessness? It moves like a breeze that comes out of nowhere, stirring up the quiet dust of ordinary days, leaving you a little unsettled even without knowing exactly why. I know, because I am right here beside you, watching every small shift, every quickened heartbeat. This is the feeling of something wonderful approaching, something written in the stars long before you were even born. And it is their presence you are beginning to feel. The soulmate who waits for you, who watches you, whose dreams are slowly drawing closer to yours. Quietly, they long for this meeting too, even though you cannot see them yet, even though you do not know their name or their face. They are out there, living their own life, facing their own doubts and fears, but with every step, they feel the energy radiating from you. An invisible force guides them, an inner voice that softly says, "Keep going." They are close. They search for signs just like you do. And on those sleepless nights when their thoughts will not settle, they imagine what it will finally feel like to stand in front of you. It is a mystery that fills their mind, a longing so strong it aches quietly in their chest, and alongside it, a small fear, because they know that once you step into their life, nothing will ever look the same again. And you, dear one, must also prepare for this transformation. It will not be something simple like turning a single page. It will feel more like a storm that sweeps in suddenly, clearing away everything familiar. Life as you currently know it will shift, because when two destined souls finally meet, the whole world around them seems to change color. Sounds feel clearer. Moments feel deeper. You will not be able to fully explain it, but you will feel a warmth, a sense of recognition, as though you finally found a piece of yourself that had been missing all along. Dear soul, before we continue, I'd like to invite you to do something truly meaningful for your soulmate journey. The bond between soulmates is precious, and at times, it can feel vulnerable to negativity, envy, or the evil eye from the world around us, even when no harm is intended. If your heart is calling you to cover this connection with an extra layer of love, faith, and protection, you can sow your seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. This simple act can become a heartfelt expression of your intention, inviting the angels to watch over your soulmate connection, surround it with divine light, and guide it as it continues to grow in the right time and in the right way. If you feel led to do so, thank you from the bottom of my heart. May your kindness return to you multiplied, and may your soulmate journey be filled with peace, hope, and divine guidance. Let's continue with the angel message. Meanwhile, they feel a mix of wonder and fear. For so long, they have held themselves back, watching quietly from a distance, nurturing a love they never dared to reveal. They see you in your everyday moments. Perhaps you have already crossed paths somewhere, maybe felt a small shiver as you walked by without even noticing them nearby. Their presence lingers around you like a soft shadow, like a gentle melody playing quietly in the back of your mind. And yet they hesitate. They wonder if they are ready to finally step out of the shadows, because once they do, there will be no more hiding. You need to understand, dear one, that this hesitation is simply part of the process. The path the two of you are walking is made up of small steps, of moments quietly lining up in perfect timing. They cannot simply walk into your life before both of you are truly ready. There are lessons you each still need to learn, parts of yourselves you still need to face before coming together. Just like you, they carry old scars, past wounds that have made them stronger, more aware of who they are. And they know that as they get closer to you, they will have to let their walls come down. They will have to show their vulnerability, and that feels frightening, almost like stepping into deep water without knowing what waits beneath the surface. You, in turn, must also open yourself up. You must look within and ask yourself honestly, am I ready for the unknown? Am I ready to let someone truly see who I am underneath everything else? Because this soul is not interested in masks or appearances. They want to know the depth of who you really are. And when that connection finally happens, it will feel like a sudden spark of light cutting through your life, illuminating everything that has been quietly hidden in the dark. So, dear one, prepare yourself. Let this restlessness be a sign that change is near. They can no longer stay in the distance, no longer simply watch your story unfold like an audience member. They are getting ready to step onto the stage and become part of your life. And you, even without realizing it, have been calling them closer this whole time. Every quiet longing, every hope, is like a beam of light guiding them toward you. They feel this pull, this quiet force, and even though they still hesitate a little, they know the moment is close. You may wonder sometimes what this person is like. Maybe you have imagined a face, a smile, a certain kind of presence. But let me tell you, dear one, they are so much more than any picture your mind can create. They are a soul made of contrast, light and shadow, strength and softness. They carry within them the intensity of a storm held quietly in check, and yet they remain calm, like a river that moves gently on the surface while holding great depth underneath. They have lived through pain, cried in private, and risen from the ashes of their own struggles. And it is exactly these experiences that make them so uniquely right for you. They are not searching for someone to complete them because they already feel whole. They are searching for someone who understands them, who walks beside them, who accepts them fully as they are. And they feel that you might be that person. They do not fully understand how, but when they think of you, a sense of familiarity surrounds them. They feel almost as though they already know you, even without exchanging a single word, and that feeling frightens them a little, because it runs so deep, so unexplainable, that it almost feels like a dream they are afraid to wake from. And you, perhaps, feel something similar, a quiet sense that something is coming. I am here to tell you it is not just imagination. It is reality, quietly preparing to unfold. And when it finally does, dear one, you will understand that every piece of your life's puzzle has been slowly lining up for this exact moment. The disappointments, the losses, the searches that seemed to lead nowhere, all of it was necessary to shape you into who you needed to become, just as they have been shaped for you. There is a strange beauty in that, do you not think? Knowing that the universe, in all its vastness, has been quietly working to bring the two of you together, that every step you took, every choice you made, was leading you right here. Time is running short now. They feel the urgency building inside them, the growing desire to finally step closer, to stop being just a shadow in the distance. And you, without even realizing it, keep calling them nearer, opening the door of your heart wider each day. But do not be mistaken. This meeting will be a kind of gentle challenge. It will feel intense, like diving into deep water. There will be moments of pure joy, but also moments of facing yourself honestly. Because when you finally see yourselves reflected in one another, you will each have to face your own truths, your own quiet shadows. They will bring feelings to the surface that you have tried to hide, desires you have tried to quiet, and you will do the same for them. You will each challenge one another gently, and in that back and forth you will grow stronger together. And I, your guardian angel, will be right here, guiding you both through every step, whispering to them that it is time, that they can finally reveal themselves, that the season of silence has ended, and whispering to you to keep your eyes open, to stay ready to receive what is coming with an open heart. Because when they finally step into your life, it will feel as though a veil has lifted, and you will begin seeing the world through completely new eyes. The road ahead will not always be easy, but it will be the most beautiful journey you have ever known. A connection so strong it moves beyond ordinary time and space. They are tired of watching from a distance, and soon, very soon, they will step out of hiding, and when they do, your whole world will shift forever. I can barely contain how much I feel for you right now, dear one, knowing what is about to unfold. There comes a moment when everything stirs deep in the hearts of two souls meant for each other, and you are both approaching that turning point. This soul is strong, yet still tender, feeling almost like a butterfly held gently inside a cocoon of hope and quiet fear. The waiting wears on them, and I see the nights when they sit quietly by the window, looking out as if hoping the moon might offer some small sign, some certainty that everything they have been through has not been for nothing. They feel torn, caught between the fear of what is unknown and the deep, warm desire to finally be close to you. After all, how do you explain missing someone you have never even met? How do you understand a feeling of emptiness when, on paper, nothing seems to be missing from your life at all? I am here to tell you, dear one, that this is simply the nature of true soul connections. You complete each other, and at the same time you bring out both the best and the most honest parts of one another. What is coming is a bond so meaningful that it will feel as though the stars themselves lean in a little closer to witness it. They are tired of watching from far away. They are tired of pretending they can simply go on with life while quietly ignoring what they feel. So many times they have tried convincing themselves they could move on, that they could let the feeling fade, but every time they try to step away, it feels like an invisible pull draws them right back toward you. A gentle, unstoppable force that fills their mind with thoughts of you, imagining what it would feel like to finally hold your hand, to feel the warmth of your presence close by. And when those quiet images appear, they feel wrapped in both peace and a soft, nervous energy all at once, and deep down, they know they cannot delay this meeting much longer. You need to understand, dear one, that they carry their own scars too. They have loved before, they have been hurt before, they have wandered through their own mazes of doubt and quiet pain. And all of those experiences shape them the way fire shapes steel, making them stronger, more real, more themselves. But those experiences also left small marks. There are days they look in the mirror and quietly wonder if they are truly ready for a love as big as the one waiting for them with you. They question whether they can handle the risk of being hurt again, the fear of stepping into the unknown, the vulnerability of giving themselves completely to someone new. And that is exactly where you come in, dear one. Your presence, even while still unknown to them, is quietly what calms them, what keeps them moving forward one day at a time. They can feel that you are near, that there is a real and true love waiting to be lived out fully. And though a small part of them still feels afraid, they also know they cannot ignore this calling. There is a flame inside them that lights up with every thought of you, every time they dream of you. A flame that refuses to go out, no matter how much they try to quiet it. It is a love that keeps growing even in the shadows, even across the distance. So what is left now for the two of you? What are they still waiting for as they watch quietly from afar, feeling the slow weight of time pass by? They are waiting for a sign. They are waiting for the moment your souls will finally resonate together, when the universe finally arranges everything to bring you face to face. And when that happens, it will feel like a bolt of light cutting through the darkness, illuminating everything around it. You will meet, and it will feel as though time simply pauses, as though the whole world holds its breath just to witness two souls finally coming together the way they were always meant to. Prepare yourself, dear one, because when they finally take that step, when they stop watching quietly and choose to reveal themselves fully, it will feel like opening a door into a completely new chapter of life. Everything will begin to shift and transform. You will see yourself reflected in the words they say, in the small gestures they make, and you will realize that absolutely everything you have lived through so far was quietly preparing you for this exact meeting. And they, in their own way, will understand that every tear, every smile, every small battle they have fought has carried them here, to you. Be ready to welcome them fully, with all of their imperfections, with all of their scars, because that is how true soul connections come together. Not as two perfectly matching puzzle pieces, but as two complete individuals who find one another and, in coming together, become even more whole. They reflect you, but they also gently challenge you, helping you grow, helping you look inward and face your own fears, and you will do exactly the same for them. You will test each other in small ways, but you will also help heal each other along the way. They are almost ready. I can feel it clearly, and you must stay alert, because the signs are all around you, quietly whispered between the lines of ordinary days. It could be an unexpected encounter, a glance that lingers a little too long, a conversation that begins out of nowhere and suddenly feels deeper, as though you are simply continuing a story that already began long ago. And when that moment finally comes, you will not need many words. A quiet certainty will bloom in your heart, like a flower opening after a long, cold season. You will know, they will know, and I, your guardian angel, will be right there, quietly witnessing the small miracle of two souls finally meeting. I will be by their side too, gently encouraging them to find the courage to take that step, the step that changes everything, because the season of watching is coming to a close, and the season of love, of action, is beginning to dawn. Are you ready to receive them, to experience something so meaningful it shifts the whole direction of your life? They are coming, dear one. They arrive like a quiet storm and like a gentle breeze all at once. And once they arrive, there will be no turning back. There is a pulse moving through the universe right now, a soft vibration spreading through the stars and finding its echo quietly in your heart. You feel it, do you not? That sense that something is about to happen, something you cannot quite name, but that keeps growing stronger with each passing day. I feel it too, because I am right here beside you, watching the paths align, watching the small coincidences multiply. And your soulmate feels it as well. They are being gently pushed out of the shadows, out of the quiet silence that has surrounded them for so long. With every day, every breath, they find themselves standing a little closer to you, more aware that the moment of meeting is approaching. They can no longer stay hidden. There is a quiet drive building inside them, a need to finally reveal themselves, to stop simply observing from the sidelines and become an active part of your story. You must understand, dear one, that this moment of revealing themselves is not an easy one for them. Behind every glance, every unspoken word, there lies a quiet world of mixed emotions. They fear what this meeting might set into motion. They fear becoming vulnerable because they know that once they step close to you, there is no going back. It will feel like diving into the depths of a love that leaves them completely open, completely transformed. They have imagined this moment countless times in their dreams, felt your presence, heard something like your voice, and for a moment, everything makes sense. But when they wake, reality feels a little cold, a little quiet. They look at the empty space beside them and feel a small tightness in their chest, a longing for something they have not yet lived, and that longing is exactly what keeps pushing them forward, what helps them push past their own fears, because deep down they know you are real and that somewhere out there you are feeling that very same yearning too. Dear soul, before we continue listening to this heartfelt message, I'd like to invite you into a quiet moment of faith. Sometimes the hardest words a soulmate shares come from a heart that has been carrying pain for far too long. Before two hearts can truly come together, healing often has to come first. If your heart feels led, you can sow a seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. Think of it as a simple prayer asking God to bring healing where there has been hurt, peace where there has been fear, and hope where there has been waiting. It is a beautiful expression of faith, trusting that God is preparing both hearts in His perfect timing. If you'd like to participate, you'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. May God bless you, protect your soulmate, and guide both of your hearts toward the love He has prepared. Amen. And you, dear one, must prepare yourself to welcome them fully. Everything you have lived up until now, the highs and the lows, has quietly shaped you for what comes next. You will need to look inward and gently acknowledge the parts of you that still feel afraid, the parts that quietly wonder if you deserve a love this meaningful. Because they are not coming simply to be your companion. They are coming to challenge you gently, to help you grow into more of who you already are. They are not the answer to your problems. They are the mirror that helps you finally see them clearly. The universe is quietly working behind the scenes, and soon your paths will cross. It might happen suddenly, unexpectedly, or it may unfold slowly, like a wave gently rolling in until it finally reaches the shore. Either way, it will be unforgettable. It will be a moment etched permanently into both your souls, a true turning point. You will see them, and it will feel as though time has paused completely. A glance, A small gesture, a brief touch, that is all it will take for you to recognize one another. They feel this too. With every passing day, they quietly wonder what it will be like, imagining the words they might say, the questions they might ask. But deep down they know all of that will not matter, because when you finally meet, no explanation will be needed. The quiet between you will speak louder than 1,000 words. There will be a mutual understanding, a feeling of finally being home. They will understand that what brought them to this moment was something greater than themselves, something that cannot be fully explained, only lived. Prepare yourself, dear one, to finally live the love you have always quietly dreamed of, yet never imagined could feel this deep, this real. They will bring their own fears, their own doubts, and together, you will build this love one gentle step at a time with patience and courage. You will help heal each other's old wounds, the hurts you have each carried quietly, because you will be facing something that moves beyond the past, something that turns pain into strength and fear into hope. And I, your guardian angel, will be right here, witnessing every step of this journey with you. I will also be right there beside them, gently guiding them, encouraging them to trust what they feel, because the season of waiting is coming to an end. The moment is close to revealing itself, and nothing will be able to stop what is meant to happen. The energy around you is shifting, quietly aligning for this beautiful moment. Stay at peace. You are exactly where you need to be. Destiny is simply waiting for that final small spark of faith, the one that will set everything into motion. Let me tell you something else, dear one. Something quiet that I have carried with me for a while now. Every soul that walks this earth has a rhythm, a kind of hum that only certain other souls can truly hear. Most people pass through your life without ever tuning into that hum. They smile, they talk, they share moments with you, and then they fade quietly into memory. But every so often, a soul comes along whose rhythm matches yours so closely that it feels less like meeting someone new and more like remembering someone you already knew in a place beyond words. That is what is coming for you. Not a stranger, a remembering. I want you to think back for a moment on the times you felt a strange, sudden peace for no clear reason. Maybe you were driving somewhere ordinary, or standing in line, or simply lying in bed at night, and out of nowhere a wave of calm moved through you, as if someone somewhere was thinking of you fondly. That was them. Even without knowing your name, even without seeing your face, their heart has been quietly reaching for yours across the distance. And in those small, unexplainable moments of peace, the two of you were already touching, already speaking in a language that has no words. You may have also felt the opposite. Nights of restlessness, a heaviness in your chest that seemed to come from nowhere, a longing so deep it almost felt like grief for something you never had. Do not be afraid of that feeling, dear one. That too is part of the process. Growth of this kind rarely arrives quietly. Sometimes the soul needs to feel the ache of emptiness fully before it can recognize the fullness that is coming to fill it. Every uncomfortable night has been preparing your heart to receive something so much bigger than the discomfort itself. I also want you to release any worry about whether you are somehow doing this wrong, whether you have missed a sign, whether you are simply not paying close enough attention. Dear one, the universe does not work on your timeline or on any timeline you could plan out on a calendar. It works on the timeline of readiness, of two souls slowly becoming whole enough, brave enough, open enough to stand fully in front of each other without flinching. You have not missed anything. You have not fallen behind. You are exactly where your path needed you to be this very day. Think of the seasons for a moment. Winter does not rush into spring simply because someone wishes it would. The frozen ground quietly does its own slow work beneath the surface long before the first green shoot appears above it. Your heart has been doing that same slow work, dear one, even during the seasons that felt cold, even during the days that felt like nothing was happening at all. Nothing was wasted. Every quiet winter of your life was preparing the ground for this particular spring. And know this too, the soul who is coming toward you is not perfect, and neither are you, and that is exactly as it should be. This is not a fairy tale where two flawless people simply glide into each other's arms without effort. This is something far more honest and far more beautiful. Two real people carrying real histories, real fears, real hopes, choosing again and again to show up fully for one another. There will be ordinary days between you, quiet mornings, small disagreements, moments of simply sitting together in silence. And within those ordinary moments, you will find some of the deepest proof that this connection is real, because true love is not only found in dramatic sweeping instances. It is found in the small steady choosing, day after day. I also want to gently remind you that this message is not asking you to sit still and simply wait for someone else to arrive and fix your life. No, dear one, while this soul is drawing closer, your own work continues. Keep tending to your own heart. Keep healing your own old wounds. Keep building the kind of life that feels good and full and true to you, with or without another person standing beside you. The most beautiful unions happen between two people who were already becoming whole on their own, not two people searching desperately for someone else to complete them. So do not pause your own growth while you wait. Let your waiting be active. Let it be filled with self-care, with gentle patience, with quiet joy in your everyday life. Trust the timing of your own story. There is no need to compare your path to anyone else's. Some souls find each other early in life. Others find each other after many long chapters of learning who they are first. Neither path is better or worse. Yours is simply yours, written specifically for you, and every twist and turn along the way has had its own quiet purpose, even the parts that felt confusing or painful at the time. So breathe, dear one. Let your shoulders soften. Let your heart rest a little. You do not have to chase this. You do not have to force anything into being. All you have to do is stay open, stay gentle with yourself, and keep walking forward with faith that the universe is indeed working things out behind the scenes, even on the days when you cannot see any proof of it at all. I am your faithful guardian. I am the one who watches over you, the one who walks beside you through every step, every choice, every breath you take. Feel my presence with you now. Let your spirit rest and connect gently with mine. Set aside the noise of the outside world for a moment. Quiet the voices that pull you away from peace. Take one slow, deep breath and open your heart, because I am here, and I will always be here, quietly carrying gentle messages, staying close to you, dear one, with endless love. If you felt even a small piece of this message land in your heart, leave the word Amen below, or simply share how this made you feel. Let this be a quiet promise between you, me, and the universe that you are open, that you are ready, and that whatever is coming your way, you will meet it with an open heart. Stay close, dear one. Stay at peace. Your moment is closer than you think. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, You can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.